What's up and what's going on, guys? Geeks on the phone. Today I'm going to be talking about the DC Fandome 2021, and a lot of stuff has been shown in this event, and that included the Suicide Squad game that's going to be on PlayStation 4, PS5, PC. I'm pretty sure it's going to be on PS4. The Batman, the Flash, Black Adam, Titan Season 4 being confirmed. A lot of stuff got shown off, talked about, and DC Fandome is one of those events, like, for gamers, you'll have, I don't know, a game fest for games, like, where they show off games and stuff, but for DC fans around the world and stuff like that, it'd obviously be DC Fandome. And for DC, it actually looks promising for once. It actually looks like something like DC could compete with Marvel, because obviously you know what Marvel's like. Marvel's been good with their movies. They've obviously had good reputation from, like, Infinity War, Endgame, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Civil War, The Winter Soldier, etc. I'm not going to count Black Widow, because for me Black Widow was a shit start. I'm going to be completely honest. But every thing has its rough start and rough ages at some point. But I think DC for a while has been shit. DC, with their movies, they could do so much better. They could. And I'm going to say, like, movies before Aquaman have been terrible. Not terrible, but, like, they could have been better. I mean, even Aquaman could have been a lot better, but supposedly The Flash is going to change a lot of shit. And from what Dwayne Johnson said in DC Fandome, he said there's something about gods and stuff, the way shit works in this movie is going to change DC forever, or something like that. And it's just like, right, so I'm going to talk about Black Adam for a sec. So Shazam, the previous Shazam movie was obviously about Billy Batson gaining the powers of Shazam, which, if you don't know what Shazam is, like, Shazam is the wizard that gives Billy Batson the powers, and in the comics he was actually known as Captain Marvel, but I think Marvel took the rights of that, which is why they just called the comic book shit Shazam. And it's honestly a really good movie, and in that movie they partially showed Black Adam when they was talking about it, and they partially showed Black Adam in, like, a little backstory type of thing when Billy Batson was, like, looking over it, and the Shazam kids actually was all, like, had their own version of, like, the character. And in the comics is obviously I'm pretty sure in the comics, like, all of the Shazam kids make up that hero. I could be wrong. But Shazam stands for, obviously, Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury, from what I know of. And yeah, I'm really intrigued of how this Black Adam movie is going to go, because, like, since the first Shazam movie, everyone was fan casting Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam. I've seen it everywhere. I've seen concept art, and for when he finally actually got confirmed to be Black Adam was actually amazing. And, you know, the internet just went fucking nuts. Like, unfortunately, we didn't get, like, a whole lot of Black Adam, because Black Adam's he's like obviously an evil character, and it just seems like he's got, like, that hooded in the bit that's shown in DC Fandome, he actually had this hooded thing over him, which was kind of like Shazam's thing in a way, but it's obviously black. And I don't think we actually really got to see Black Adam's face in the teaser. I can't fucking remember. But overall, it's just, the Black Adam's not the most exciting movie I'm excited for, because, to be completely honest, I'm more excited for The Flash and the Batman more than anything. And moving on to actually talking about The Flash. So, The Flash has always had this problem. It's always had the problem with, like, directors. Like, The Flash never actually got a director. And it's only recently actually been able to gain some, like, filming and stuff. So, for DC Fandome, they literally didn't have enough to be able to create, like, a trailer or something like that. They only could show, like, a first look kind of thing of it. So that's what they did, and Ezra Miller obviously apologised for it and stuff. But you can tell what this movie is going to entail. Like, in this tease kind of thing, they showed, like, 2 versions of The Flash. Whether one of them is where... Because, like, the movie of The Flash is based around when Barry goes back in time to save his mother, and that creating a whole war. And in the comics, that's known as the Flashpoint. And I'm guessing, like, one of them is from when he was about to travel back in time and save his mother, and one of them is the one that's already done it, he's witnessed it and stuff like that, he's witnessed everything that's happened. I mean, time travel is fucking confusing, so that's not actually probably accurate, but it's some sort of an idea. And obviously Sasha's Supergirl was with them both as well in the Batcave, because obviously the Batman that showed up in that teaser kind of thing, first look thing, seemed like Michael Keaton's, and we all know Ben Affleck's Batman and Michael Keaton's Batman has both been confirmed to be in the Flash movie. But from what I've seen of the Flash, both of them and Supergirl being in the Batcave, the way they showed, like, the back of Batman just seemed like Michael Keaton's thing with the ears and the back of the cowl. It just seemed like his version of Batman more than anything. And to properly explain the Flashpoint, I already said Barry is still grieving over his mother from Reverse Flash killing her and stuff like that. So Barry goes back in time to save his mother, but then he creates his Flashpoint. He doesn't remember anything, and he doesn't have his powers and he doesn't have his powers in the comics. So he goes to Thomas Wayne, who in that timeline is actually a version of Batman, and they're not gonna have Thomas Wayne's Batman in the Flash movie, which is a bit disappointing, but it is what it is. So he goes to Thomas Wayne and he says, "Oh, I need your help. Where's Bruce? I need your help," and stuff like that. And then he realizes it's his father and stuff like that. And then Thomas actually tries with Barry to get his powers back. He gets his powers back. Tries to stop the war between the Amazons and the Atlanteans, because in the Flashpoint timeline, that's what was happening. Barry saving his mother started an all-out war, and Barry tried to fix it and stuff like that, and he just ended up letting his mother die, which is kind of sad when you think about it. But the Batman, okay, the Batman we're just gonna talk about. So, when watching the bit that the show did in DC Fandome, I got a really, really sick vibe from it. At first, I thought, okay, Robert Pattinson just doesn't, for me, suit Batman. He more suits Nightwing than anything. And as the first trailer or teaser came out, I thought, okay, he does suit the Batman, but I'm kind of still 50-50 on it. And with this teaser or trailer they showed in DC Fandome, I actually kind of really fucking dig it. I mean, the same thing happened with Ben Affleck. He got shit of being Batman, and then, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was him anyway. But the vibe I got from when watching the teaser in DC Fandome was, it kind of gave me it kind of gave me a Christian Bale type of vibe, if you know what I mean. Like, just the way he speaks as when he's in the suit. I feel like maybe Robert Pattinson took inspiration off of that. And from what I'm aware of, the Batman movie is based off the Year 2 story from the comics. Like, part of the story is based from that. I'm not 100% sure on that. But DC is actually having something, like, DC's gonna be, if they keep this up and they actually do their shit, they can actually compete with Marvel for once with their movies they're putting out. Like, The Flash and Batman seem very promising, seem to, like, they're the movies that are probably going to push DC to its limits. And Black Adam, I just can't say for sure right now, because even though Dwayne Johnson's and the way Dwayne Johnson spoke about it, it doesn't show, for me, it doesn't show enough in DC Fandome at what it can do. The Flash has been spoke about. We know that apparently the Flash movie is supposed to correct all of, like, the DCEU's mistakes. So we know after this after the Flash movie, it's pretty much going to be completely different. We don't really know how the DCEU is going to look afterwards. And for the Batman, well, the Batman is about the years before, journey towards him being Batman, and that's why his suit, like, looks really leathery, looks really weird, and just not like a proper battle hardened suit, because he's like, it's his early days as Batman, which is why Selena Kyle isn't fully fledged of being Catwoman, and it seems like the Riddler doesn't look like the Riddler. Because, like, all you gotta think of the Batman, like, every single character in that movie is at his early days of their development, early character development. So, maybe if there's a sequel to the Batman, and then as in movie wise, then we'll actually see those characters in, like, their true form, maybe. And from what I know of, there's going to be a spin-off series as well from the Batman. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, smash like, subscribe, turn the post notifications on for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.